Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to talk to you guys today about sneaker bodying. I really want to just explain to you guys how to get into sneaker bodying safely, because there's a lot of people that waste a lot of time and money sneaker bodying. You have to really be careful when you start. In my opinion on how to start sneaker bodying, you want to ask yourself 3 questions first, okay? Do I have the capital to start sneaker bodying? And in my humble opinion, I think you should have at least $2,000 worth of capital if you want to start sneaker bodying. And that $2,000 is basically for the bot itself, the proxies, the servers, all the stuff that you're going to need for bots, the cook groups. That also includes the shoes that you're most likely trying to get. If you don't have $2,000 of capital, that doesn't mean that you can't get into sneaker bodying. However, you have to tread lightly, because I don't want you guys wasting a bunch of money doing really stupid things. The second thing I want to ask you is, do you have the time to sneaker bot, okay? Because sneaker bodying is not something that you just spend 1 hour a week doing and then you can make hundreds of dollars a month. Sneaker bodying, in my experience, takes about 10 to 15 hours minimum to set up the bot, to learn about the market, to make sure that I'm keeping up with all of these changes in the bodying world. It is a lot of time that I put into it to make sure that I'm prepared for the next release, because bodying is not guaranteed. It is just a better chance for you to get those sneakers, and there is a lot to learn to help secure those sneakers. And the last but not least, the third thing I wanted to ask you is, how dedicated are you to body? Maybe you only sneaker bot for like a week or 2 and then you just decide you don't want to do this anymore. I could see someone wasting hundreds if not thousands of dollars in just a short amount of time if you don't have the dedication to do this in the long run. Like, if you want to really make your money, a lot of times with these shoes, it's not as simple as just getting the shoe and then reselling it immediately. A lot of times that's the worst way to resell. For a lot of shoes, you're going to want to hold them for a few months so that they gain enough value for it to actually be profitable. So that's why I always say that you need to have a little bit of capital, you need to have time, and you also need to have dedication to be able to see the returns. You're going to have to be a little bit patient as well. How do you get into sneaker bodying? What is the safest way to get into sneaker bodying? In my opinion, I always say start as small as you possibly can. The smallest thing you could possibly do while spending the least amount of money is to join a cook group. Now, cook groups start anywhere from $0 to $60 a month. Obviously, the more money you're spending, the more valuable information that you're getting. Well, basically what a cook group is a dedicated team of experts to help you succeed. There are a bunch of other people who are trying to cop shoes as well. Everyone is sharing information. That information is very valuable. Now, you might think $50 a month is not cheap, right? Like, any service that's like, oh, I want to charge you $50 a month, that's pretty expensive. However, when you do join a really good cook group, you begin to realize that it is absolutely essential to be part of a cook group if you want to be successful in sneaker bodying. Anytime I have a question, anytime I have some sort of concern, just basically whatever issues or concerns I have, I know that I have a good cook group that has a dedicated team with experience to be able to help me out. If I tried to learn everything that I learned within the past few months, it would have taken me years, maybe not even that, because I just wouldn't even know where to get that information in the first place. Now, something that was never explained to me is, why do they call it a cook group? The reason they use the analogy of cooking is because it makes a lot of sense when you start sneaker bodying. And let me try to break it down for you. So think of the sneaker bot as your kitchen. If you buy a really expensive bot, then that's like having the state-of-the-art kitchen at your disposal. That means you got the latest appliances, you have stoves that are running perfectly, everything is clean, everything is ready to go for you. All of the stuff that surrounds the bot and the kitchen, proxy, servers, Gmail accounts, all of those are ingredients, okay? The chef is you. You are the chef. And so you have your bot, which is the kitchen, you have the ingredients, which is all the other stuff, and then you have yourself as the chef. And when you combine all of those things together, you hopefully come out with a product a tasty meal, or in this case, a bunch of hype-released sneakers. And this is why this analogy works so well, right? Like someone might be using not the best kitchen. Maybe they have a decent ingredients, but you're a great cook. Like you yourself are a good chef. Even though you don't have the best appliances to work with, you can still cook something up pretty decent if you have the skills to do so. And also vice versa, right? Like you could have the best kitchen in the world. Like you could have the most expensive bot, but you don't know how to cook and you don't have good ingredients. So you're just mixing in these crappy ingredients in this nice kitchen, and you're a crappy cook that doesn't know how to make food. All of a sudden, you come out with crappy food and you're just like, what's wrong? I have this amazing kitchen. Why can't I make this good food? It's because you're a bad chef. So that's why they call it a cook group, because it's a bunch of chefs basically in the kitchen trying to whip up a bunch of hype releases. Cook groups are definitely the best way to start sneaker botting, and it's not like you join a cook group and then immediately after you should buy a sneaker bot. I think you should join a cook group, and I think you should spend the first month or two just watching the cook group. I mean, looking at the monitors, looking at how things release, looking at trends, looking at questions people are asking, how they're being answered. You can learn a lot, and I mean a lot, by just watching. And if you're lucky, you might be able to cop a few things manually because you have early links to them from the cook group. So you could actually pay for the cook group itself if you're able to cop 1 or 2 pairs of hype shoes manually, and that could pay for the cook group. That's a really good way of really starting super small. Maybe you're in the cook group for a while, and depending on what cook group you're a part of, a lot of them have bot rentals, which I would definitely recommend over buying a bot in the first place. Because rentals, at least you'll be able to experience what it's like to bot. You might not be successful, and you probably won't be successful. I know the first bot that I rented it a few times, and I didn't get anything. I wasn't able to cop anything off the bot. It was a lower end bot that's not doing very well right now, but it did give me the information, and it also gave me the trial runs that I needed for when I was running a better bot that I eventually did buy. I was able to use those skills and implement them quickly into the better bot. So it wasn't a complete waste of time. A lot of this stuff, especially in the beginning, is like just watching and soaking in all of the information so you can use that for later. So let's say that those 3 requirements. You got the capital, you got the time, you got the dedication. You joined the cook group and you've been watching for about a month. Now is the time where you can start thinking about, maybe I should bot. And at that point, it should become more clear to you if you want to keep continuing this or not. Because if you do decide to continue, the overheads are going to start adding up very quickly. And if you don't decide to continue, at least it was only $50 for 1 month, or maybe you wasted $100 for 2 months. But honestly, wasting $100 and finding out that you don't want to do this is so much more worth it than spending thousands of dollars and finding out you don't want to do it either. Another really good thing about cook groups is the most basic question that everyone always asks when they first start botting is, what is the first bot I should get? And everyone's situation is very different. So my suggestion to you is, once you're in that cook group, you open up a support ticket. One of their experts will be able to help you decide what bot you should get depending on your situation. They'll take into account your budget, what shoes that you're trying to go after, cook up a game plan for you to really succeed. Don't be afraid to ask questions to your cook group. That's the reason why they're there. Don't be afraid to open up support tickets. Ask them a bunch of questions about what you should be doing, because that's really what they're there for. I hope you guys found this information useful. This is really personally what I used to start botting. I think I did it the best way I possibly could, which is start small, grow little by little. And even till this day, I only mess with 1 bot right now. My personal overhead right now is like $150 a month. And that might sound like a lot to a lot of people, and it is a lot of money. I mean, $150 is a good amount of money per month. I'm getting to a point where, the botting is being able to pay for my overhead and get profit on top of that. It's been going well for me, but I can't say that it goes well for everybody. Like I said, I've heard people who have wasted thousands of dollars. I have personally heard people who are in the Discord cook groups where they get super frustrated about sneaker botting and they're literally yelling in the Discord like, I can't get any shoes, this is a scam, you guys suck, blah blah blah, and those people usually get banned. You have to really be patient, you have to learn, and you have to don't go into it thinking that you're gonna start making money right away. Like anything else, take your time. Just take your time, learn before you do, and hopefully you guys make lots of money. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Hopefully more shoes are coming in soon, and I'll give you another update soon. So thank you guys, appreciate it.